first lap, and he's starting to make his way back up through the field at the moment. Some great jumps here, and the boys really enjoying themselves. There's Tractor. There's Strybos chasing him hard. And Albertine didn't have such a good start. Albertine ended up way back in eighth it was. Bartolini in about 5th spot. There goes the checkered flag for Pedro Tractor. Well out for 4 seconds ahead of Dave Strybos. Greg Albertine 3rd, Alessio Chiodi 4th. Massimilio Bartolini in 5th, Peter Dirks in 6th. Carlson 7th, and a good ride by Kelly Swanson on his Suzuki for GB, number 94, for Great Britain. Ended up in 8th position. Matthew Gordon ended up 11th. Neil Prince, unfortunately, only managed 9 laps. Immediately we prepare for the second heat. Now then, let's see what's going to happen. Strybos wants to get out in front, but so does Tractor. They've got the feel of each other again now. And it's going to be Honda Suzuki pretty much all the way. Yamaha have got Bully, the French rider. Oh, brilliant start by Strybos, look, but right behind him is Tractor. Now then, I think there's going to be a bit more of a battle in this second heat than there was in the first moto, as we call it in Europe. The Yamaha of Bully is there. There's a Kawasaki, also with the French rider Vial. There's one Husqvarna, which is Peter Dirks' Husqvarna, which took him into 6th spot in the first heat. And then Yves de Maria is not going very well at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. Cheryl Sweeber didn't go very well in that first heat either. Yves de Maria only managed 6 laps, having problems with reliability. There's Cheryl Sweeber going well. Quite a big crowd turning out here at Genta. Quite a nice day, really, not too hot. A little bit of cloud around, but good viz and a little bit of sun just to highlight some of those ruts. And look at them there. They're mean ruts, aren't they? So, Tractor in the lead. He overtook Dave Strybos on lap 2. And they are 1 and 2. And Strybos goes through after about another 9 laps. And Strybos just ahead of Pedro Tractor. And that was really good racing by Strybos. He bided his time and did it absolutely right. But here we see some of the action. Cheryl Sweeber managed 3rd. Van der Berk at last making some sort of appearance 4th. And Bolle managed 5th. 2 French riders, 5th and 6th there. The Husqvarna of Peter Dirks in 7th. British interest, Neil Prince 18th. Kelly Swanson 26th. Matthew Gordon was out in lap 6. So 3rd and final heat, and Dave Strybos gets a good start into that first corner. My word, it's anyone's race, isn't it, at that stage? And Bolli again, and Bartolini down. That's a shame. Strybos managed it, look. And once he gets out in front, he starts pulling away ahead of Bolli. And Talon Boland's in there, brilliant, on the Suzuki number 115. And Peter Dirks is in 4th on the first lap. Now then, let's see how it starts to sort itself out with these guys now. That was Talon Boland, 115 went past there. And Kelly Swanson is in 12th position, making his way up, and right behind him is Matthew Gordon. Suzuki and the Hondas, but let's have a look. Side by side, over the jump, as one. And Greg Albertine having a good season, really. South African. Nobody can do anything about Strybos. He's really dominating at this stage. His Honda going really well. Albertine's Honda also pulling up now in the latter stages of this event. And a brilliant ride by Albertine, who started in 5th position and just picked them off one at a time. First he picked off Peter Dirks, then he picked off Talon Boland. And Yves de Maria out after 7 laps. Bartolini out after 6 laps. Peter Berra out after 7 laps. Strybos still in there, still motoring hard. Bartolini we saw go out on that first lap. But Kelly Swanson and Matthew Gordon still going, and they're going side by side, the two Brits, on Suzuki and Honda. And we're not getting much of a sign of them, but that goes, that's Jay Blom on his Husqvarna going through there. Everyone comes out to cheer in Dave Strybos. A brilliant performance by him, really keeping his head together and leading this third moto from beginning to end. Second place goes to Greg Albertine. Talon Volan, great to see him in third place. Good ride by Frederic Bolle there on the Yamaha. And we had a chat with Dave Strybos after the event. What did he think about the win today? Well, here we are in Gallarate in Italy. Thought it sounds better in Italian. The Campionato Mondiale Motocross, the World Championship. And we're going to have a look at the standings after round 3. Stefan Everts is just barely ahead of Pouzar. Here in Italy on home ground, he's going to be really flying. Trampas Parker, who's been saying, I'm going to win everything and has yet to do so. And it's a super track, this, Malpensa. Motocross Mondiale, Motor Stadium Malpensa. Here's Stefan Everts, everyone keeping an eye on him. British interest, Robert Herring, number 19, James Dobb, number 23, Mark Eastwood. And we're getting quite a lot of success as far as the Brits are concerned at the moment, so we'll be looking to see whether Rob Herring or James Dobb or Paul Malin, who have all been in the top 10 in previous events, can do the same. Now let's go into this first left-hander. It's very hairy, and my word, a big crash there on the first left-hander involving Paul Cooper. Shame for him. Ricky Ryan and Axel Holvis. Paul Cooper from Great Britain on his Yamaha has blown it. But first through that first bend, Donny Schmidt, Badam Mane, Michele Fantone, Mike Healy, and a Frenchman, Jan Guidard. Those are the first 5 through that bend, and then a whole clutch of them. Look at this big jump as they power over the top, and it's Donny Schmidt and Badam Mane chasing him hard at this stage. Donny Schmidt said he was going really well in practice here, and he said he was feeling good. The Brits have had a pretty strange start. We've got Rob Herring started back in 15th. In 16th position was Jamie Dobb. In 13th position was Mark Eastwood. So there's a lot of work for those boys to do. But have a look at this man flying now. Donny Schmidt, loving this course here. Great big jumps, a huge crystal vision screen up there behind, of course. Badam Mane hanging on to second place at the moment, but he's being challenged very hard by Stefan Everts, Mike Healy, of course, always somebody too. You can see Everts working his way up through the field there now, can't you? Didn't have a very good start, Stefan. And he started way back down in 17th position. But every time Alessandro, he's only in 6th, every time Pouzar goes past the crowd, they all go mad. They're going absolutely ape as he goes past that grandstand. And that must be worth half a second a lap. Each lap, 1.77 kilometres, 14 laps here. 3 heats, of course, in the World Championships at the moment. And there we see Donny Schmidt coming on stream. The first event in Holland. Schmidt only managed 6th. And you can see Everts going through there, overtaking Mike Healy. And Mike Healy sort of going backwards at the moment. Here comes Stefan Everts. He's not a man who likes big jumps, Everts. And it really shows that Donny Schmidt is just flying Well, you got to hand it to Everts. He chased hard, but he ended up 6 seconds behind Donny Schmidt. But he had pulled his way up, as I said, from 11th position after that disastrous start. Look at this man fly. Perfect. If he'd landed another metre further up the hill, he'd have hit the flat of that jump, and that would have been dodgy. There's the result, look. British riders, Rob Herring did well, came in 8th. Jamie Dobb came in 13th in that first heat. Mark Eastwood, way back in 23rd. We had 3 retirements. Right, let's have a look, see who gets into this corner first. We're all looking for Donny Schmidt, but it isn't Donny Schmidt. And you can see the 2 riders going through, Paul Cooper and Ricky Ryan. Mark Eastwood, and Bo Hoberg, and Bader Minor. It's Pouzar and Schmidt, look. And I think Pouzar's in front. Yes, he's just in front, and the crowd are going absolutely mad. Pouzar, look. Schmidt right behind him. How long will that last? Schmidt takes the inside line. Pouzar takes the outside line. He's still in front as they come to that jump. Now then, right behind him, we've got Robbie Moore, Trampus Parker. Peter Johansson is making an impression. Paul Mallin is going really well. The British rider, as is Jamie Dobb as well. And you can see Formula One in the on the Star Vision screen behind there, but the crowd aren't watching that. They're watching the action here as their star, Alessandro Pouzar, leads the dominating Schmidt, but for how long? Schmidt trying to take him on the inside, and he goes through past Pouzar. And the crowd just loving this 1-2 action from the 2 Yamaha boys. And I don't think Pouzar will have the answer. I frankly think Schmidt will now start pulling away. And, well, British interest. 12th position, Paul Mallin started. He's starting to work his way up through the field. But our highlights show Donny Schmidt crossing the line, Pouzar in 2nd place, Robert Moore 3rd, Trampus Parker 4th, Peter Johansson 5th, Paul Mallin pulled his way up into 8th position. Jamie Dobb managed 11th position. Matthew Bates and Mark Eastwood retired. Paul Cooper was way back in 26th. That was the manoeuvre that probably the most exciting part of this second heat. And Donny Schmidt popping another win into the bag. And he needs to do it to get some points for his World Championship. He really does. So let's kick off with the 3rd heat now. Who's going to be first into this corner again? Let's have a look at this as they come through. Oh, I wouldn't like to be in the middle of that, would you? Who's gone down there? Johansson, I think, has gone down. Oh, and he's still on the ground. I hope he's all right. Peter Johansson. Well, he's still moving. That's a good sign. These guys are tough, you know, and Johansson is one of the toughest. Look at this here, look. In slow motion, they're all riding over him and around him, and I sometimes wonder, the crowd love these exciting starts, but I wonder really, well, look at this. Donny Schmidt into the first corner first, out of the first corner first, and that's it. He's being chased very hard by Bader Minor again. Trampus Parker. Bobby Moore, number 81, having a good ride. Trampus Parker 4th at the moment. British interest. Well, we're all over the place, actually, at the moment. Jamie Dobbs in 7th place. And we've also got Rob Herring in 9th place in this early stage. Trampus Parker at last starting to show a bit of form here, but no one could show the form of Donny Schmidt. His Yamaha sounding fine. He is screaming ahead. He's got Bader Minor. He's riding really well here. There's Trampus Parker with the number 1, yet to ride like a number 1. And once again, Robert Moore, 81, is going through, and the whole clutch of riders here. It's so close at the moment. These guys averaging 46 kilometers. The fastest lap, 47 kilometers an hour, is Stefan Everts in this particular round. And having a quick glance back, that's 47.8. 48 was Donny Schmidt in the first manche, in the first moto, the first lap. 48 kilometers an hour average first lap. Fantastically fast, and doing a lot of it in the air as well. Look at this man ride. Brilliant. Donny Schmidt wins from Bader Minor, from Trampus Parker. Stefan Everts not really on form in these big jumps here, and Bobby Moore 5th in that. So let's have a look at how the standings are going to be affected. Great good shots there, eh?